My brother and sister-in-law want me to lie to my niece. I refuse.
Santa isn't real.
I was thinking about that too. Same page, dude. I, female 29, have a brother, Hugo, male 31. When Hugo was 19, he got his then girlfriend, Amy, pregnant. They had their daughter, Ashley, now 11, and later got married and had a baby boy, who is 4. By the way, this comes from deleted on the r/OK storytime subreddit. So over the years, I've become close to Ashley. When I'm home, I live abroad. I take her out to shows, shopping, horse riding, etc. We also keep in contact via text. She's bright and thoughtful, just a pleasure to have around. Amy has never liked me, but has mostly put this aside for Ashley. Me and my boyfriend are visiting my family for Christmas and then leaving to go skiing. We arranged for Ashley to come skiing and stay with us for New Year's. Amy wasn't keen on this idea, but relented because Ashley was excited to learn how to ski, as all her school friends do. I took my boyfriend's hire car to pick up Ashley from school on Friday, and she was excited, but it's a sports car, and I let her friends sit in it and take pictures. At dinner, she asked if I would drive her and chaperone her and her friends going ice skating on Tuesday in town. Hugo and I probably didn't want to look after a bunch of kids, and Amy had already planned to chaperone. Ashley ignored me and begged me to chaperone. I didn't really mind, but Amy looked so annoyed, so I said I wouldn't want to mess with the established plan. Ashley kept pushing and said she didn't want Amy to come because Amy dressed badly and was never fun and embarrassed her. Hugo told her to apologize, which she did, but she also kept insisting that it was true. I'm sorry, but it's true. You just dress bad. Amy got teary and Hugo kept telling Ashley she'd upset her mother, but this just made Ashley angrier and she dug her heels in. Because of this, she was told that she was not allowed to go ice skating and is now not speaking to Amy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yesterday, Amy and Hugo came to me and said that they didn't want Ashley to come skiing anymore. Amy feels like Ashley needs to spend more time with her family and Hugo is supporting her. They asked if I would tell Ashley that me and my boyfriend had changed our plans and wouldn't be going on the trip anymore. I asked why, and they said if they told Ashley the truth, that she would blame Amy, and that would defeat the point of her trying to build a bridge with Ashley. I said, I understand that, but I didn't feel right lying to Ashley, and if her parents had made the decision, they need to deal with the consequences and not push it on to me. That's true.
Because usually the right thing to do is the hard thing to do, and they're trying to not do the hard thing here.
True. Amy said, if I cared about Ashley, I would realize it's best for me to fall on my sword rather than alienate her further from her mother. I said no again, but Hugo said that we should all take until Wednesday to think about it. Ashley is still being very standoffish to her mother, and I know that if she finds out her mother canceled the ski trip, it will get worse. So now I'm wondering if I should just go along with Amy's plan. I just want what's best for Ashley. So am I the a-hole? What do you think?
I'm going to give her a no here. I feel like the parents need to parent up and tell Ashley what is right. I think the excuse they want is Amy and Ashley are not on a good bridge. So in order to fix that, Ashley needs to spend time with Hugo and Amy.
Honestly, I'm maybe playing devil's advocate a little bit. I kind of get it, you know? I kind of get what Amy and Hugo are saying. I'm not going to lie.
Really?
Yeah. You got to hear me out on this one.
You
gotta give me some space.
Go for it.
To think. So listen, they're the parents, right? If we're looking at it from their perspective, which we don't have much of, we have, OP's perspective. Amy and Hugo are already like pretty distant from Ashley, right? Don't remember why. Maybe there's no reason why. Maybe she's just reaching an age. She's 11 years old. She's like in middle school, right? You get a little rebellious around then, right? So I could see that. And I see like, okay, we want to spend some family time. This is the time to do it. Like, can we please just like reschedule the ice skating? Spend time with us instead. You know what I mean?
She could have said that. But it seems like Ashley's giving Amy a lot of crap. She doesn't wear right clothes.
I feel like that's almost a separate issue. That's just more examples of her preteen stuff.
If you don't want to go on the ski trip, you'd be like, you're not respecting your mother a lot. This is a consequence. You don't get to go on a ski trip if you don't respect your mother.
Yeah. Editing to add the background to Amy and Ashley's relationship commented this elsewhere. A lot of it comes from Amy trying very hard to be Ashley's friend. Amy was young when she had Ashley and she was quite isolated caring for her while Hugo worked and went to uni. he was cut off by our parents at the time. She threw all of her efforts into being a mom and being as close to Ashley as humanly possible. Ashley has explained to me that this has become very suffocating for her. She's trying to forge her own circle and feels like Amy insists on being a part of it while also refusing to engage with her on her level. Oh, interesting. The second part is that my parents pay for Ashley to attend a very prestigious private school. Hugo and Amy are nowhere near as affluent as the other families, and Ashley feels a bit left out. It's part of the reason I have chipped in for some of her extracurricular activities. But the fact is, she doesn't always feel like she fits in, which is hard for her. Her school is full of non-working, Range Rover Birkin mothers who are either cool or absent, and Amy is neither. She's involved, but Ashley finds her stifling and doesn't want her involved in her social life. It's also my opinion that Ashley is trying to get some emotional space from her mother in the only way that she knows how, by making her not want to spend time with her. Dang. Amy doesn't respond to her requests, so I think she's just resorting to being mean to her, which obviously isn't okay. Edit number 2. Since this is being asked a lot, Ashley and I have talked since the dinner, and she knows that I think she shouldn't have said what she said. We've even talked about it. Even she said she shouldn't have said what she said. Did I go ham and tell her she's entitled, spoiled, throw the kitchen sink at her? No, but she knows I think that she was wrong, and she agrees. And there are some relevant comments. Comment number 1 says, not the a-hole. Not only will Ashley prefer knowing the truth, but she will also feel as though she can trust you because you are refusing to lie to her. That's a good point, honestly. Also, Amy trying to guilt trip you into lying by pulling the if you actually care about Ashley rhetoric. It is such an a-hole move.
I'm getting this is not a very stable foundation for parenthood.
Yeah.
Let other people take the fall for me. I'm not going to take like responsibility for much. It seems like this request shows in a lot of different ways in your relationship with your kid. That's why Ashley and Amy are probably not on good terms.
Yeah, I could see that. I think what I was saying before, I could see it being the kind of thing where it's like, I'm sorry, we're just having a really hard time getting her to like do this or do that or whatever. Can you guys please, make this up or like tell her this to kind of make her on our side? But I think if that made sense, I think that's not really what the situation is. I feel like that would be more so of like, I don't know, convincing them to eat their vegetables or something. You know what I mean? You would ask OP to say something, maybe if it's a lie that you love vegetables or something like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like that would be more understandable, but I do think in this situation, I see how it's like
a little much.
Yeah, a little much, not the right kind of situation, not the right way to fix a awkward and uncomfortable relationship.
You're building it with toothpicks when it should be built by 4x4s.
There you go. But comment number 2, not only that, but the girl is 11. That is developmentally when kids, and girls especially, are supposed to be embarrassed by mom. When I was that age, my mom was the most uncool person ever. That lasted until like 20, and then I needed my mommy again. This is how kids are supposed to be. Comment number 3 says, while it's perfectly healthy for teens to have a phase where they find their parents so embarrassing, they're not supposed to feel that way. Comment number 4, I think though, that is how they're supposed to feel. I mean, a lot of them do anyway, probably because they're growing up and trying to find themselves. It's not a bad way to phrase it. Not everyone does it, but a lot do. It's not a bad thing. It's just how a lot of kids are. Comment number 5, if Dave Grohl's kids can find him embarrassing, I don't think most parents stand a chance at not being embarrassing. But there is a whole update.
Ashley and Amy get back together. They're all good.
Yeah, they're all good. I feel like they're going to talk about it. And then Amy's just going to be like, you know what? You're right. You need your space. You need your privacy. Because that is also, I'm sure, an awkward stage for a parent too, especially as their first kid.
Your baby girl becoming a woman.
Yeah. But our update says, first of all, thank you to everyone who responded. I received some really great advice and some amazingly kind messages. So thank you again. I'm getting a lot of update requests. So here it is. To get this out of the way for everyone who wants a quick update, Ashley did end up coming on the ski trip. Why doesn't Amy come on the ski trip? Why doesn't Amy and Hugo?
It's probably like another few thousand, like $1,000.
Yeah, skiing's expensive. Anyway, we had a great time, me especially, as my engagement ring arrived and me and my boyfriend are now officially engaged. Oh my goodness, that's so cool. Yeah, a lot of people suggested we all sit down to discuss what's been going on, and we did. Ashley managed to say a lot of what she's been saying to me to Amy. The conversation boiled down to Ashley doesn't want an absent mother, but she wants a mother, not a friend. She wants a mom who drives her to ice skating with her friends and sits in the stands to supervise, not one who comes onto the ice with them and tries to hang out. That's fair. She says she does sometimes feel awkward at school, but she manages it most of the time until her mom is around, and then she is reminded that she is different. A lot more said, but this is the main gist. As for Amy, it turns out she has a lot of resentment towards our family and even towards Ashley. She feels that it's not fair that me and my parents focused so much on supporting Ashley rather than supporting Amy. She said instead of funding Ashley's education, my parents should have offered to pay for her to attend university after Ashley was born, or they should have done this instead of clearing Hugo's student loan debt.
It's their money.
Right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
They can choose how they bless their kids any way they want.
Yeah. I mean, I think feeling that way is understandable and valid. I think expressing that feeling, not quite so much, because there is a balance between that, because again, it's like, yeah, that's a bummer. I wish I had the money to do that too. However, I understand you're not my parents.
Yeah.
She said us caring about Ashley should have made us like her more, but we all ignored her in favor of her baby. And now even her kid was abandoning her. Dang, that must suck to feel that way. Even if she's not right, that must suck. I won't comment on this other than to say we were all shocked by what she said. The outcome of the conversation was that Hugo and Amy decided never to tell Ashley that they almost didn't let her go on the ski trip. Ashley will start seeing a therapist to talk about what's been going on with her at home and school and bring her mother into some sessions if necessary. My parents have offered to fund it if it's not feasible for her parents to pay, but they're looking into it. By the way, it's always feasible to join us live on YouTube and Facebook and TikTok every single weekday at 3 p.m. PST. Just tap my profile.
Just tap it.
That's all you gotta do.
That's all you gotta do.
But anyway, there's a little bit more.
It seems like Amy, some like weird pent up emotions towards Hugo's family.
Yeah.
It's finally coming out now. But that's probably why Amy and OP may have not been super close.
Yeah. Well, okay, so because they got pregnant
whenever Amy was like 19.
19. Well, yeah, Hugo was 19, and we don't know how old Amy is, but I'm assuming around the same age. So that's young. And so I kind of get that, where it's like, I'm sure there's some emotions that you don't really know how to handle, especially going into a situation like that. And so young.
Yeah.
There's some life experience you haven't quite had yet,
Yeah.
So I don't feel mad at Amy for feeling that way. You know what I mean? I feel like it's understandable. Yeah, it's not good, but we can work on it. Ashley said that Amy has been giving her a lot more space since she got home, and Hugo has been spending more time with her and might start taking her writing lessons with her. He played polo as a teen, for them to bond more doing something Ashley loves. Overall, she seems a lot happier. Unfortunately, the things Amy said about our family have caused some issues between her and Hugo. Everyone is hoping that they can work through it. So sort of an open-ended update, but I'm really glad that Ashley finally got to have the conversation she needed and that she seems to be doing very well. Because really, that is all I've ever been hoping for. Thank you again to everyone who took the time to comment. And that is the end of that story. Yeah. I don't really think anyone's the a-hole. I would say she messed up and made some mistakes, but it seems like she's doing a good job. I just feel like her position in the whole thing is very understandable.